Hi guys and welcome. This is Creative Subdivide, and in this video we are going to start up with Unity. So practically if you don't have any prior knowledge to Unity, that's not a really big problem because that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's get started. Now practically I'm really back after a really great long time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is right in here we're going to learn how to navigate throughout the screen. So for that you just need to move your middle mouse button in and out so that you can navigate throughout the screen. The other thing that you need to do right in there is to rotate through the screen. You can do that by pressing Alt and left click and rotate. Now Unity also gives you an option to pan and change your focus, and you can do that by pressing the middle mouse button and then moving your mouse. Now we're going to learn how to add an object in Unity, and for doing that you need to go to Game Object, 3D Object. Let's add a cube. So firstly you can see that you have the transform pretty wrong, which I don't want this detail. All of it is around 0. You can see it tending to 0. So right in here firstly you have your cube set up, which is quite good. Now if you want to transform this cube, rotate this cube, or change its transform, Unity gives you a lot of options. First one is the move tool, which is practically does moving things. The second one is the rotate tool, which does the rotating, and the third one is the size tool, which sizes up things, and the fourth one is this rect tool, which is used to set things up in this particular way so that you can do a little bit of editing. And the fifth tool is an all-in-one tool. So practically I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just set these all to, and all of which I have. Oh, just set it to 0, so that's the problem. Yeah, so now you can see that we have a cube and you already know how to deform or do things to this cube. Now let's just start up and make this cube into a good ground. So for that what I'm going to do is practically I want this to go in the z-axis and in the x-axis. So I'm going to just here I'm going to make the x-axis to be 8 and the z-axis to be 100, which is quite a lot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this till here so that I don't have to do a lot of things and go back and forth. So right in here we have the z-axis set, which is quite good, and you can see now at the middle of the screen you will have the starting point, which is quite good, I think. Then what I'm going to do is right in here I need to add the walls, and for doing that I'm going to duplicate this firstly, Ctrl-D, and then I'm going to just move this out. I'm going to go a little bit closer to their transforms so that I can see actually. Now I'm going to select this cube 1, which is actually going to be my wall, and I'm going to size it down firstly a little bit on this thing, and then I need to make this up. Then I'm going to make it up till here, and that's it. You can see that we have created our wall. The second thing we need to do is again duplicate it by pressing Ctrl-D, just just fumbled for the words. So now you can see that we have set up our walls and our the byte fence is so rotating I can't tell you. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this cube. I think 8 is too less, so I'm gonna do it around 10, which is 10 is quite good enough. And then just take these two cubes and move them a little bit away so that they again don't they don't eat up the space which is still here. So this space is actually good enough. Now let's just learn how to add colors in Unity. Now for doing that what we are gonna do is, let me just bring this one a little bit to here. Yeah, so for adding colors in Unity it's a really simple way. Firstly you need to create the material and then the color, but before that let's just name everything. Notice And then what I'm going to do is right in here, I'm going to firstly name this to be the ground, then name this to be wall 1, and name this to be wall 2. Now practically how it helps, it won't understand what's the use of doing this, but practically when you have a big project, a lot of rocks, it really helps you out when you have rock 1, rock 2 instead of rock 0.1, 0.02, a cube 0.001. That makes it really hard to identify. Let's just add a material. So practically for doing that, go create material and the ground. For ground, make it a little bit less metallic and go to search for green, a little bit darker green, and bring it till here. Now on the wall's also a color, so I'm gonna go create material. It didn't even give me an option to rename it. I think it's causing a problem in that case for renaming, so let the name only remain like that. So I'm gonna make it right till here and make it a little bit smaller, and then bring it to the wall, bring it to the wall. So you can see that we have all the projects presently set up. Now I don't want this to obviously, let me just bring the main camera a little bit up, and yeah. So I don't want this to remain the skybox around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change to solid color and a little bit less blue, like this one. Yeah, this one. So pretty good. Now we're gonna learn how to add the player. And for adding the player, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to game object again, 3D object, and I'm going to add a spear. Now spear, let me just bring this up, and I think it's somewhere really below, which is a problem. So I'm going to set the its location to be, I don't know why it's not working, but the transform should be 0. So right in here, and I'm going to bring my spear up till here so that I can set it up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this till here. Good enough. And spear size is also what I want it to be default, and let's just create a new material that is material 1, and right in here I'm going to go to this material and I'm going to set it a little bit yellow. Now you can obviously name the materials as you want, but I don't think that nomenclature really affects the way the game does when you don't have a really big scene. So now you have the scene view practically fully set up. And in the next video we're going to learn about programming and scripting in Unity and how to move the player out through this whole thing, and even how to move your camera. So thank you for watching everybody. Hope you liked it and loved it.